Mr. Shine! Mr. Shine! Mr. Shine! Mr. Shine!
Hello, I'm Mr. Shine, and today I'm going to teach you how to survive in cRPG following these 10 easy steps. If you're watching this video, you're probably one of two types of people. Either you're someone who bought Mountain Blade Warband off of a recent Steam sale and want to know what this whole cRPG mod is all about, or you're a seasoned pro who's drooling over the prospect of having fresh meat to consume on the cRPG battle server.
Number 10.
You will die. Everyone loves to be the hero. Unfortunately for you, you are not the hero. You are what the heroes feed their trusty steed for breakfast before riding off into battle. You are nothing but a measly peasant, and the quicker you learn this, the better. cRPG has been around a long time, and only the most grizzled, hardcore cRPG lovers/nerds remain on the service day in and day out. You are going to be outmatched both in player skill and progression of your character. Even if you were a pro in War of the Roses or Chivalry or another game that has a similar combat system, you start as a level 1 armed with nothing more than a pitchfork, some field stones, and the shirt off your back. Upset you can't dent that guy in full plate while he can slap you to death with his armored backhand? Suck it up and accept your fate, peasant scum. In time you'll gain experience, gold, and the combat skills needed, but for now stick by those armored knights and chuck a few rocks at some archers.
Number 9.
The website is your friend, c-rpg.net. Go there, log in, check out items, check out the market, check out the forums. Tons of great resources are there on the forums, and all the management of your hero can be found on the website. The website is the only place you can save your character's stat points and buy weapons too, so it really should be a known-brainer. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is for this one. Just read. Or just read stuff.
Number 8.
Don't be that guy. Just because you finally hit level 30 doesn't mean you're suddenly going to start melting faces. There are a lot of ways to build your character, and a lot of ways to build it terribly, horribly wrong. The biggest pitfall new characters make is trying to do too much with their stat points, and as a result creating a horrible blob monster that can't do anything well enough to be effective. So heed my advice, newbies. Want to be an archer? Focus on weapon master, power draw, and athletics. Want to be a sword and shield buddy? Shield skill, athletics, power strike, and some iron flesh are the things you should be going for. Rather smash skulls with a big polearm? Power strike, iron flesh, and athletics should be your primary attributes, with maybe a dabbling of weapon mastery. Oh, and try to keep your strength and agility in multiples of 3 when your build is completed. Things like power strike and iron flesh can only increase for every 3 points of strength you have. Same with athletics and weapon master for your dexterity points. Plan your character out now and you won't be sorry later.
Number 7. Learn to attack.
Just like blocking, left-clicking while moving the mouse will chamber a melee swing, and releasing the button will swing the attack forward. Attacking is easy to learn, but takes a longer time to master. One-handed weapons, two-handed weapons, and polearms all have different attack animations, and you'll need to learn how to use these animations effectively if you want to get more swings to land. One-handers love the left swing. It's a fast strike that often hits the face or upper torso of the enemy for more damage. Right swings have a surprising amount of reach, but the thrust takes some getting used to if you want to avoid glancing. Directional polearms have a bunch of reach with their right swings, but their left swings are pretty short. The thrust may require a bit of a turn to pull off, but many of them pack a punch. Two-handed weapons are effective from most directions, and combining thrust and right swing animations can sometimes be tricky for the opponent to block effectively. Two-handers have some crazy reach with their thrusts, many times more so than similarly sized polearms due to animations. Left swings and overheads are great too. Really, two-handers in general are pretty sweet. Now that the basics are settled, there are also different tricks you can do while attacking. Observe. The normal attack. Just click and release the left mouse. The hold. Click and hold the left mouse for a split second before releasing. This not only can give you bonus damage, but it can sometimes disorient the opponent's tempo, and they may lower their defenses to give you a chance. The feint. Click the left mouse button, but before you can follow through with the entire attack, quickly press the right mouse button to block, and then click the left mouse button again. This can allow you to appear to attack from one direction, but then cancel it and come from somewhere else. This can also be combined with fancy movement to hide your animations like the dirty tryhard you are. Chamber. If you time an attack's backswing to interact with the opponent's swing, you can chamber their attack by knocking it aside, while at the same time bring a quicker strike in against your opponent. Chambering can oftentimes catch a less experienced player unaware and give you an easy hit. Beware though, chambering is an advanced attack technique that opens yourself up to held attacks or positioning problems. Those are the basics, but you can develop your own playstyle and incorporate other advanced techniques such as kicking or nudging, which I'm not really going to cover here.
Number 6.
Learn how to block. Shields are all fine and good, but sooner or later you're going to need to learn how to manually block. Move your mouse up slightly and hold the right mouse button. Now move the mouse down and hold the mouse button. Now left, now right. Good job, you're blocking! The trick, of course, is to block reflexively without having to think too much about it, and mastering control over the mouse so that even the humblest stick can frustrate the mightiest polearm wielder. Make no mistake, though, you're still going to get murdered.
Number 5.
Block down. But Mr. Shine, you already talked about blocking. Why are you taking up another slot on the top 10 just to tell me to block a single direction? I'll tell you, peasant. It's because for some reason, people are really bad at blocking down. Some of the most dangerous enemies to peasants, such as yourself, are lancing cavalry. They are very maneuverable and love to stab people right in their butts when they least suspect it. Another dangerous foe is the support player. These are typically pikemen, long spearmen, and hoplites who wield a shield and a spear. Alone, they aren't particularly threatening, but in groups they can be deadly with their range, and they attack, you guessed it, down. Fortunately for you, both cavalry and spearmen have a well-kept secret weakness that when utilized effectively will cripple their ability to hurt you. The secret is, wait for it, block down. If you're not sure you'll be able to outreach that cav charging down on you, or if you're getting attacked by an angry hoplite, all you need to do is block down. Watch as your cares melt away and they glance uselessly off your masterful down block over and over again. Unless of course they couch their lance, in which case you're boned.
Number 4.
Use the tilde key. Or look around, damn it. You see that little squiggly key? The one on the left? Above your tab key? Below the escape button? Yeah, get used to pressing that button because it will save your life. At the beginning of every round, cavalry tend to speed towards the enemy spawn and pick off as many unsuspecting saps as they can. If you AFK while running in a straight line, oblivious to your surroundings, you're going to be spending the next 5 minutes spectating the rest of the battle. Fortunately for you, using the tilde button allows you to scan the area as you move and is vital in surviving against cavalry. Sometimes this can even be used to your advantage. Simply move in a straight line, lull the charging lancer into a false sense of security, and then huzzah!
Number 3.
Use teamwork. This should seem obvious in a team-oriented game like cRPG, but you should use your teammates. There are a ton of ways to do this, so take these trusty tips in the form of a mini-numbered list. Use them for arrow fodder. Use them for cavalry fodder. Use them to gang up on tough enemies. Use them to gang up on any enemies. Use them to make your escape. Asshole. Seriously though, if you notice that you're going to be outnumbered by enemies if you attacked at a certain point, you should probably rethink attacking that point. Even the best players won't be effective against an organized pair of players alternating an attack from different directions and at different times. Similarly, if you see an even fight somewhere, try joining it and tilting the favor on your team side. Remember, there's no such thing as fighting dirty in battle. Unless you're a horse archer. Stupid ranged piece of shit.
Number 2.
Skip the fun. So as much fun as it might be for you to level up as a peasant, I understand if you prefer using a character that isn't complete garbage. Allow me to introduce you to a skip the fun character. Every account has the opportunity to let one of its characters skip the fun. When you designate a character to skip the fun, it immediately hits level 30 and gains 10,000 gold. This is extremely helpful for players both new and old, because it gives you an opportunity to test different builds, and also gets you a taste of what combat might be like when you have a few more stat points under your belt. You can continue to respec a skip the fun character as many times as you want, so feel free to play around and find out which playstyle works for you. Be warned, however, a skip the fun character cannot revert back to a regular character that levels up, so I don't recommend making your main a skip the fun. Save that for a fun alt. And the number 1 tip for surviving in cRPG: practice. Haha, you thought I was going to give you a tip that you could actually use to immediately impact your game. Sorry, sucker. cRPG simply demands practice and working to refine your muscle memory, mouse control, and general battle awareness. The previous 9 tips can all be very helpful to point you in the right direction, but really there's no easy button for cRPG. You need to know what you want to do, and then you need to learn how to actually do it. Fortunately for you though, once you get a hang of the combat system, it's like riding a bike, in that you'll be able to pick it up and go even after extended downtimes, and you'll only come away a little bit rusty. And thus ends Mr. Shine's 10 steps for surviving the first night, or nights, in cRPG. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If so, please be sure to like or subscribe for more gaming content. I've been Mr. Shine, and I'll see you next time!